Welcome to Drips News. Stay informed with us online as we bring you today's top stories. From Elon Musk's evolving stance on X's community notes to Dell's AI-driven surge, Bitcoin's wild ride, and Trump's potential trade disruptions. Buckle up, it's going to be an action-packed news cycle. Elon Musk is now criticizing X's community notes, a feature he once praised for combating misinformation. This change of heart comes after community notes corrected posts about Ukraine President Zelensky's approval ratings. Musk claims the system is being gamed by governments and legacy media after a poll showed Zelensky with a 57% approval rating, contradicting claims of unpopularity. Musk intends to fix community notes, raising concerns about potential bias in content moderation. Dell reported mixed Q4 results, exceeding earnings forecasts but missing revenue estimates. Fueled by soaring AI demand, Dell's stock has more than doubled in 2 years. The company projects $15 billion in AI server sales this fiscal year, up from $10 billion in fiscal 2025, with a $4.1 billion backlog. Despite soft current quarter revenue guidance, Dell anticipates full-year revenue aligning with expectations, along with an 18% dividend increase and a $10 billion share repurchase program. Dell also disclosed an internal investigation regarding unrecorded supplier credits deemed not material, resulting in restated financials. Bitcoin is plummeting, hitting a 3-month low of around $80,500, reversing post-election gains despite Trump's pro-crypto stance. The downturn is attributed to global market anxieties, Trump's tariff uncertainties, unresolved wars, and a massive $1.5 billion hack of cryptocurrency exchange Bybit. Inflation concerns and a pause in Federal Reserve rate cuts are also contributing. Despite the crash, some remain optimistic, anticipating supportive regulatory developments from the Trump administration, but volatility persists. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer supports a potential Trump deal involving Ukrainian mineral rights to offset U.S. military aid. Starmer believes economic ties via a minerals agreement could guarantee security, acknowledging Trump's point that it gives the U.S. an economic stake in Ukraine's stability. Trump wants compensation for U.S. aid and suggests Europe lead on security guarantees. Starmer emphasizes establishing a European security element first, with negotiations underway. Trump warns a peace deal needs to happen quickly or not at all. The Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, is facing increasing pressure for transparency. A lawsuit from the Center for Biological Diversity demands DOGE comply with the Freedom of Information Act, arguing that its funding and staff cuts could significantly impact the environment. Politicians and a recent judicial order are also pushing for openness. The lawsuit claims DOGE's role in helping agencies like the EPA make cuts necessitates public scrutiny to protect environmental safeguards, insisting DOGE operate with FOIA-mandated transparency. Pending home sales in January hit their lowest point since 2001, signaling continued housing market struggles. The National Association of Realtors reports a 4.6% drop from December and a 5.2% decrease year-over-year. High mortgage rates and stubbornly high home prices are straining affordability. While cold weather may have contributed, the South saw the steepest decline. Housing inventory is up 17% year-over-year, but unevenly distributed, leaving the spring buying season outlook uncertain. The Trump White House is escalating its battle with the press, favoring pro-Trump media and sidelining journalists asking tough questions. The White House is now controlling the press pool, traditionally managed by the White House Correspondents Association, blocking reporters from outlets like HuffPost and Reuters, while adding Newsmax and The Blaze. Critics argue this is an attempt to control the narrative and limit scrutiny, raising concerns about press freedom. The White House Correspondents Association and press freedom groups are protesting this manipulation of media coverage. The Trump administration is pledging $1 billion to combat soaring egg prices caused by the avian flu outbreak. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins announced the investment plan, focusing on biosecurity, farmer aid, and vaccine research. Market stabilization is expected in 3 to 6 months. Avian flu has impacted 166 million birds, driving egg prices to $4.95 a dozen in January. The plan includes reducing regulations and exploring imports, including 420 million eggs from Turkey. The USDA projects a 41.1% increase in egg prices this year, with shortages impacting major markets. Tensions are rising over the FAA's air traffic control system upgrade. Elon Musk claims Verizon's $2.4 billion contract is failing, warning of a potential catastrophic failure. Musk is pushing for SpaceX's Starlink to take over, stating Starlink has already provided emergency terminals to the FAA. The FAA acknowledges testing Starlink, but says no decisions have been made on the FENS program. Verizon asserts it is building the next-generation system. The Government Accountability Office has highlighted the urgency of modernization. A Washington Post report suggests the FAA might cancel Verizon's contract and award it to SpaceX, potentially facing legal challenges. New Trump administration tariffs are causing significant package delivery delays across the U.S. A 10% tariff on Chinese imports under $800 caused customs backlogs and a temporary USPS suspension. A 25% tariff on goods from Mexico and Canada could go into effect on March 4th. Consumers and businesses face frustration and uncertainty. Even a Broadway show faced delays due to tariff-related holdups. Longer delivery times are expected as the government implements new tariff revenue collection systems. This is only a small taste of what could happen as Trump mulls more tariffs. Former President Trump is threatening trade disruptions with 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada, citing concerns over drug flow into the U.S., effective March 4th. He also raised the possibility of a 10% tariff on Chinese imports. These actions could significantly impact American consumers, potentially leading to higher prices. These potential tariffs raise concerns about retaliatory measures from Mexico, Canada, and China, potentially harming U.S. industries. Canada has announced Operation Blizzard in anticipation of the March 4th deadline. Economists are closely watching the potential ramifications of these trade actions on the global economy. That's all for today's Drips News. Stay tuned for more updates, breaking developments, and in-depth analysis. The news never sleeps, and neither do we. Until next time, stay informed and stay ahead of the curve.